I want to talk to you about the general approach to defining lexical categories. Again, that is an equivalent term for parts of speech. We need to talk about this because it's likely that in elementary and high school, you were given a way of defining lexical categories that's not reliable enough. And that is to define it in terms of meaning. That is the traditional approach. For example, for the word house, we would think of what does it refer to, and the fact that it refers to an object supposedly tells us that the word house is a noun. Well, that happens to be true often for the word house, but it's not reliable enough. A little bit more about why it's not reliable enough. So, if we think of a noun being a person, place, or thing, that is defining it in terms of its meaning, or a verb as an action word, that's also defining verbs in terms of what they mean. So, what about love and taste? Are these nouns? Are they verbs? Well, it depends. You have to look at how they are being used at the moment. What about this slogan? Love is a verb in love the taste, and it's a noun in taste the love. And you can see that the lexical category of taste changes as well. This is why it's not possible to reliably define lexical categories in terms of meaning because they actually have a particular lexical category depending on how they are being used in a given sentence. So, the traditional approach to defining lexical categories in terms of meaning is not reliable enough. What we are going to do instead is define them in terms of structural properties. Where do they go in a sentence? What are they made of? There are two kinds of structural properties. We call distribution the type of property that's about where does the word go in a sentence? What kind of word can go maybe right before it? Often we look at what kind of word can go immediately after it. How about the blank in the blank and big blank? The thing that goes in those blanks probably is a noun. It's a good chance that it's a noun. And in we can blank the refugees, a verb is what fits there. Now, when we're looking at distribution, we are looking at the role of a word in a sentence. We are looking at a whole sentence. The other type of structural property is form. And here we're really looking at a word itself rather than at the whole sentence and looking to see if there's structure inside the word. For example, houses, it has plural marking, so it's composed of house and plural. So that looks like a noun for that reason. But housed is house and past tense, so that one is a verb. So this is more reliable than defining lexical categories in terms of meaning.